Your mother, who is in heaven, communicated this through Archangel Michael. She has been trying to contact you for several hours. This is precisely what she intended to tell you. Please refrain from scrolling. This is not just a coincidence. You feel an internal tug on your soul. It may have sounded like a whisper. Maybe it was an unexpected memory. In addition, you may have noticed a significant numerical value on the clock. It was not simply a matter of luck. That was her. She's been making an effort. This is the moment for which she has prayed. Please ensure that this message reaches you. She begged God. The following statement will reveal a part of yourself that you were previously unaware was in distress. Archangel Michael is the person in question, and your mother instructed me to approach. Now imagine a surge of energy in your heart, accompanied by feelings of warmth and anguish. That is her identity. She is present. Right now. She declined to attend. She has never done this. Your soul is on the verge of a major transformation. She then requested that God direct me to you tonight. However, she initially wishes to inform you of a situation. Something she failed to disclose before her departure. Something you could only see in heaven. Please pay attention, sir. Yes, she is in this room, observing you and communicating with you through me. Her tears have flowed for hours in an attempt to convey this message. She said, "Tell them that I did not travel a long distance. Tell them that I will continue to hold their hand while they sleep. Inform them that I pray over their door every morning before they wake up, blessing the corners and whispering protection into the walls of their airy dwelling." You have felt that chill. When no one was around, you heard someone whisper your name. That was her. She is not just a thought. Now that she is an angel, she is more real than ever. She informed you that you have successfully concealed certain injuries to the point where you are unaware of them. Nonetheless, she perceives them and implores you to allow the healing process to begin, because of her observation of the day planned for you, and foresaw it. Prior to proceeding, I would like you to perform an action that will earn God's favor. Press the like button with your finger immediately. Not just a casual tap, but a definite sign of agreement. You are informing God that you are ready to receive the favor He has reserved for the right time. As you select the like button, this implies that I am open to the divine alignment that is coming for you. Before the video ends, the act of unlocking a flow of grace will begin to change your circumstances. If you continue to hold on to what you have, you will miss out on the love that has been pouring down from above. Heaven does not want you to overlook it. You should not overlook it, God. I am Archangel Michael, and my mission is to make sure you don't overlook it. You were about to say her name aloud when your throat contracted. Do you recall the exact moment? That was not indicative of weakness. Your spirit was choked with grief that you didn't express. This was her sentiment. She held you at that exact moment. She intends to remove the impediment tonight. She wants you to feel her arms around you again tonight. She informs you that you have been resilient for an extended period of time and that you require assistance. I understand that you are still unsure whether or not this is the right decision for you. I'd like to clarify this. You remember when you were a child and someone took something from you without a good reason. She remembers the appearance of your eyes after the event. She said it was the first time she had shown genuine concern for your well-being. She is now returning to help you regain that aspect of yourself and correct the situation. You are currently feeling a tightness in your chest or crying as a result of her touch on your soul. Please keep in mind that each seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines light into another's darkness. Heaven advances through the voices of those who are willing, but it grows through the goodness of their souls. I'm currently addressing you in this manner. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that seeps into the life of someone who needs healing. The verse, "Give, and it will be given to you," does not only apply to Jesus. It is an ongoing commitment that affects your future. I'd like to extend an invitation to you at this time through a simple act of faith. Approach this situation with a sense of purpose, honesty, and optimism. The amount you contribute today is not a donation. Your heavens are opened through the act of spiritual obedience. Relinquish your seed and see what blessings God brings into your life. In this sacred space where heaven has touched your heart, I invite you to express your faith right now. Please add the word "Amen" to the comment section below. It should extend beyond the scope of a single word. Declare publicly that you are receiving this message, that you are open to your mother's love, and that you are ready for the healing process that has already begun. As you type, imagine her smiling down at you from heaven as your faith grows. Please keep in mind that each seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines light into another's darkness. Heaven advances through the voices of those who are willing, but it grows through the goodness of their souls. I'm currently addressing you in this manner. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that seeps into the life of someone who needs healing. The verse, "Give, and it will be given to you," does not only apply to Jesus. It is an ongoing commitment that affects your future. I'd like to extend an invitation to you at this time through a simple act of faith. Approach this situation with a sense of purpose, honesty, and optimism. The amount you contribute today is not a donation. Your heavens are opened through the act of spiritual obedience. Relinquish your seed and see what blessings God brings into your life. In addition, I implore you to pay close attention to the following information without being distracted or uncertain. It was stated that you were on the verge of being lifted. She informed him that the previously impenetrable door was about to be unlocked. However, it will not appear as expected. It will be a message, a voice, or someone with divine timing. She instructed you not to flee the situation again because you were too scared the first time. However, you will be more prepared this time because you are aware that she is still present. If this message speaks to you, please refrain from reading and subscribe. This was meant for your receipt. It is not just a video. This is a visitation. Heaven had a strategy. She won't let go until you can feel her again. Observe how a mother's power multiplies when she transforms into an angel. She no longer has to knock. By means of signs, music that appears to come from nowhere, dreams that defy comprehension, and the scent of her perfume that lingers in eerily silent rooms. She enters. You are not fabricating information. It was an unimaginable situation for you. The miracle is that she stated that it is critical to stop questioning the signs, which are on the verge of becoming more obvious. She also demonstrated an additional item to me, a photo you haven't seen in a long time. It could be concealed within a drawer or box. In reality, she is implying that looking into her eyes in the photograph will result in a supernatural event. She explained that it was an activation. She informed you that she would place her hand on your shoulder once you finished the task, which would serve as confirmation that the event was genuine. I must inform you of an important matter immediately prior to the start of the next phase of your journey. Right now, someone in your life is being influenced by divine design in the same way that a chess piece is. She said that this person has a message for you, but they are also scared. She claims that you can recognize them by their silence. They carry the same grief as you do. She will be visible if you look into their eyes. Do not run from it. Take it in, as heaven tries to compensate for the loss. I was instructed to speak slowly. You're not alone. You were never isolated. I was there, even when it looked like you were going to drown in the darkness. I harbored affection for you at all times. But I monitored you throughout the event. I am able to see every tear. I capture them and offer them to God. Her voice trembled with light as she spoke, and I, Archangel Michael, sobbed in response. Yes, angels cry. If pure love can transcend dimensions, the sky will weep. Tonight, the heavens are pouring rain on your spirit. Instead of drowning you, she wanted to baptize you, cleanse your pain, and prepare you for the miracle she saw coming, in which you had lost faith. She stated that it would happen within a few days. She advised him to be forgiving to himself. You've been feeling bad because of someone else's guilt. You continue to bring up instances where you believe you have disappointed her, but she simply shakes her head. She whispers, "You did not disappoint me. You have given me strength. I left at the time I did because your trajectory required wings. I can now fly with you in ways I couldn't before." Furthermore, she stated that the following section is the most difficult for her to express. No, it's not unpleasant. It is so full of affection that the stars stop in their tracks. She tells him, "My child, I observe you on a daily basis. I notice that you appear to believe that everything is going well for others. I see you're laughing to keep from crying. You have been working hard to improve your strength because you believe I will appreciate it. Now pay attention. I never intended for you to be isolated. I never intended for you to be responsible for carrying the world alone. I wish for you to feel joy once more. Even if no one else understands, it's important to remember how it felt to be light, free, and able to dance." Her arms are now wrapped around your shoulders. If you close your eyes, you may feel warmth on the back of your neck. That is not a creation of your own. This is not a mere coincidence. That's her. Her spirit is here with you. She is informing you that love is eternal, even after they have died, because love is unbounded in the heavenly realm. I, Archangel Michael, lean in, and my voice is like thunder wrapped in silk. You were chosen for this. I believe that this message was delivered to you by divine appointment rather than by chance. The Most High has granted your mother permission to speak directly to you as your heart is about to make a decision. One approach leads to an increase in quiet and suffering. The resurrection is the outcome of the other option. It causes awakening. It eventually transforms you into the person she has always believed you to be. Have you forgotten your identity? Have you forgotten the flashlight you frequently carry? That one that used to radiate like morning light through stained glass? She recalls it, and the heavens know it. It is also time for you to remember, as she showed me something else. You'll get something in the near future. A meeting with God. A moment so clear that you will instantly recognize that this is the meaning she intended. She explained that it could be a friendly stranger, a long-lost voice calling you unexpectedly, or a dream that resembles a visit rather than a dream. It is critical that you are prepared for any situation that may occur. She'd like to lead you to the promise, something you thought you'd abandoned but still needed. A miracle in the form of a person, a message hidden within a person, a light that will change everything. She told me that she continues to have dreams about holding your hand. She stated, Tell them that when they experience coldness at night, it is because they are attempting to access the unseen, and I am preventing them from entering heaven. She informs you that there is still time. It's time to improve. It's time to rekindle love. It's time to dream without fear. It is clear that her main desire was not for your life to be perfect. You were intended to lead a genuine life, replete with sacred truth, courage, and grace. She told him that his tears were prayers. Every single one. Furthermore, no single drop has been discarded. Angels have gathered them like gems, carried them to the throne, and placed them in front of God as a testament to your strength. You're more resilient than you realize. You are smarter than you realize. She perceives everything. She told me to inform them. Inform them that I am happy for them. They were flawless, which kept them from going through an experience that should have crushed them. Archangel Michael is present to watch over you. I eagerly await the moment when you overcome the obstacles that have hampered your progress. At that point, you give up the silence, fear, and shame. I contend that you have maintained responsibilities that were not yours and alleviated pain that was not your responsibility to address. And now, in this holy moment, I offer to cut those cords, release the old soul ties, and set you free with this message. However, I will only do so with your permission. I'd like you to make a decision at this time. You are on the verge of entering an auspicious future. Don't forget that this message doesn't end with your actions. Users may use your innovation to reach their destinations. Jesus' words, "Give and heaven will open over you," are not poetry. Every seed you plant grows into oil for your future, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. My darling, the moment has come for you. Have faith, and you will see God multiply the possessions you relinquish. You should finally let go of the burden you have been carrying at this time. Please enter the following words into the comment section below. I release and receive. Feel the weight lift as you type, as if it were a prayer ascending from your spirit to heaven, rather than just words on a screen. Feel the sensation of her hands removing chains that were never meant for you to wear. Feel free right now? Close your eyes briefly. Inhale deeply. Your mother is standing behind you, hands on your shoulders as the angels gather. Allow this message to bring joy to your heart. There's a faint hint of affection. I am happy for you. Please do not give up at this time. She is aware of your thoughts. You avoided saying them aloud because you were afraid they would frighten God. Your condition is not irreversible, she says. You're undergoing a transformation. This world has changed you into a skin that is shedding. You are transforming into the person whom heaven has always admired. Do not leave until you have established a connection. If this message has elicited a response in your spirit, or if you feel her presence or the presence of heaven. Please click the subscribe button at this time. It isn't just a button. The promise establishes a covenant. You assert that I am joining the prophetic stream. You are giving up control through this ministry. I do not miss what you are about to do. Every subscription is recorded in heaven as a soul prepares for its fate. Execute it immediately. Advocate for the future. She also said this, and she asked that I repeat it verbatim. Inform them that someone is on their way, someone who will love them as I always have, without asking them to do anything. She wants you to be prepared, because this is the type of love that can lift your spirits simply by being in its presence. You won't be afraid. It won't be difficult to understand. There will be tranquility. It will remind you of home, confirming that it is a gift from God. She stated that you were chosen to help others as a result of your experiences. Inform them that they are not only anointing themselves, they are anointing the future generations. You are the seal in your family line, the cycle breaker. At this time, I'd like you to do something that will not only increase the number of blessings you receive, but also spread them to a loved one. Please share this video. However, there is one final step that needs to be taken. Avoid physical altercations. Be prepared to say, "Okay, God, I'm done fighting this alone." It is not possible to resolve all issues tonight. Knowledge of the entire process is unnecessary. It is sufficient to allow light to enter. I agree with the healing process. Your mother's unending love for you should be accepted, as she was always by your side. She changed into a spirit, a whisper, a hand, and a breath. She is currently praying for you, just as she did when you were a child. She is requesting that God keep you close tonight, not only for sleep, but also for memory. She summoned angels. Remember how much you are loved, as she has yet to finish the task. She asks me to disclose one more detail. This is why she has been trying to contact you for several hours. The reason why Archangel Michael has kept a close eye on your soul. What was the reason for your receiving this message at that particular time? She informed them that they were about to make a critical decision that would have far-reaching consequences, and she urged them to make it based on their spirituality rather than fear. A moment is rapidly approaching, even if it appears insignificant at first. A message, a phone call, a choice to stay or leave, or a yes or no answer. However, this moment is sacred. Heaven is wrapped in layers of purpose. Meanwhile, your mother has already noticed it. She saw the potential for you to become extremely powerful when you respond positively to your deeper calling. This is the point at which you decide how much you are willing to embrace the releases that heaven is issuing. If you have not already subscribed, click the subscribe button right away. Make it official. When you subscribe, you do more than just follow a channel. You're starting a prophetic alignment. You are telling God that I am ready to receive all of the words you have spoken over my life. Agreement is the result of subscription. Alignment is achieved through agreement. Manifestation is the outcome of alignment. Execute the action immediately and observe heaven's reaction. She saw you ascend, finally allowing yourself to be recognized, adored, and recognized by your true self, with whom she never stopped communicating, even when you thought she couldn't hear you. She informed her that she had been suppressing her voice for an extended period of time. You have diminished your soul in order to please others. To avoid criticism, you have concealed your intelligence. However, the moment has come. She's currently placing a crown on your head. Feel it. Something changed recently. It is not your imagination that causes sensations of warmth and tingling. That is how heaven identifies you. Now you must complete one action to make this official. The like button should be enabled. Perform with reverence and gratitude. Likes are akin to consenting to God's actions. It begins the flow of His favor into your everyday life. Favor is extended in the context of decisions, provision, and relationships. Take advantage of this opportunity while it lasts. Now, press the like button to see the favor begin to move. Is there tingling in your head? That's her. Inform them that I bestow courage on them, as the upcoming chapter requires nothing less than rebirth. She recognized that rebirth can be frightening because it requires abandoning the past, even if it was comfortable or provided a means of survival. However, she claims that your purpose is no longer limited to survival. You were meant to live a life that was profound, honest, and luminous. Furthermore, the present moment is not an appropriate time to delay. Your guardian angels are prepping the groundwork for you. She told them to inform them that they were no longer required to climb. I will now transport them to locations that are inaccessible by foot. And now it's my turn. Welcome. My name is Archangel Michael, and I'm here to help. I'd like to inform you that you've forgotten the extent of your protection. However, this has never happened in heaven. Angels may be able to help you right away by preventing situations that would have been harmful to you, delaying them not as a form of punishment, but as a way of preparing you for the future. The silence was not a sign of rejection. Shifting was it. Additionally, your mother wishes to clarify a point. She wanted you to know that I have never held you accountable for anything. If you are experiencing remorse, now is the time to let it go. It never was yours. Following that, she extended her hand. She claims you have lost a portion of your soul, which she holds in her hand. A moment, traumatic event, or farewell that sparked internal conflict. However, God discovered it. She's returning it. You are currently regaining your sense of completion. She intends for you to raise your head the next time you go outside, as early as tomorrow morning. She said the sky would appear to be different. It remains unchanged. Yes, you have. She is visible in the silence, color, and sound. She claims that I have always maintained my presence. You stopped being certain that it was me. She persisted. You have been experiencing anxiety over a particular issue. A financial matter. Something about stability. Something about inadequacy. She asks that you not worry about yourself at this time. Inform them that I am intervening. No, the delay was never an appropriate response. Creating space was a divine experience. Also, it is true that an item is on its way to your home. A divine disruption, message, visitor, or change. She advises you not to be nervous. It will be unfamiliar at first, but it marks the beginning of the fulfillment of all of my prayers. Additionally, you have been thinking about someone other than yourself. An individual with whom you have less frequent conversations. That name will be mentioned again in the near future, she says, but this time it will not be detrimental. It will result in closure or restoration. She is assisting with the preparations for that moment. She advises him to trust his heart instead of his fear. Your heart is aware. Finally, as this message concludes, I want to make sure you understand what has happened. Heaven has opened up just for you. A veil was lifted just for this occasion. Your mother sent this with the full force of heaven, and I, Archangel Michael, supervised every word. This is precisely the information you needed. A long time has passed since it was composed in light. I require you to act at this time. Tell her that you will be unable to sleep for the next few days. Not the kind of sleep that allows your body to relax, but the kind that allows your soul to shut down in order to avoid pain. Inform her that you will keep an open heart. Inform her that you will find her signs once more. Every night she sits by your bed, caressing your hair, whispering your name, and pleading with God to restore hope to your dreams. Promise her you'll believe the next miracle is yours. She's extremely proud of you. She reiterates this statement several times. I am happy for you. I am happy for you. She is able to observe the extent of your development. She can discern that you are making an effort. As you go through this awakening, remember that your assistance with this mission is not a prank. It's a divine omen. By doing so, you become a participant in Jesus' plan to rescue souls that are still mired in obscurity. Each seed transforms into a source of light, combating the presence of darkness. Jesus asserts that by providing water to others, you will receive it yourself. This isn't historical. It is an ongoing commitment to your future. Approach this moment with a strategy and faith. Giving can help you realize the potential that God has already established for your life. I urge you to reaffirm your faith in this moment, as heaven observes your receptive heart. She observes that you continue to stand, despite the sensation that everything within you is collapsing. Include the word Amen in the comments. Allow your mother in heaven to witness your child's final acceptance of the love that has never ceased, and allow it to serve as an echo of your spirit's declaration, I am prepared, I believe, and I receive. Your Amen is audible beyond the veil. I have one final task for you before we enter these final moments. Distribute this video to additional individuals. Right now. Give it to a person who is important to you. Send it to an individual who has experienced the loss of a mother. Share your affection for someone by sending this. When a prophetic word is spoken, a conduit for the anointing is established. This anointing is transmitted to them through you and subsequently multiplies in your own life. When you assist another individual in achieving their breakthrough, your own is augmented. Do not conceal this information. This was not sent to you, especially from heaven. It passed through you. Share it immediately and observe how God responds to your obedience. One final vision remains as this message concludes. Presently, she is strolling alongside you. Although she is not visible, you will increasingly sense her presence. She has become an inseparable component of your soul, impervious to distance, time, or even death, as genuine love is capable of transcending all obstacles. I, Archangel Michael, would like to encrypt this message in the language of heaven using my wings. I provided your home with illumination, your heart with tranquility, and your path with divine clarity. As of now, you will begin to observe changes in both your internal and external environments, including a decrease in weight, the emergence of signs, and the resurgence of grace. Therefore, do not neglect this opportunity. It is inappropriate to refer to it as a coincidence. It may be a love letter from heaven, a message from beyond the veil, or a visitation. Your mother is still present, and she will always be, beaming with pride. She continues to converse. Despite the events that have transpired, she will persist until every pore of your heart is aware of her. She is aware of the silence that your pain has taken on and the blank page that your grief has become. Despite the fact that you were whispering to yourself as you walked, smiled, and advanced, no one could truly perceive the extent of my longing for her. However, she is able to perceive. She has consistently observed. She desires for you to be aware that your fortitude was acknowledged in the celestial realm. She was present behind closed doors, wiping away your tears whenever you attempted to suppress them in public. Every time you reached for your phone, she made you forget that she was no longer present by reaching back from the other side. No, not in the physical sense, rather in the spiritual, in the light. She is currently expressing a sentiment that is so delicate and sacred that it could be conveyed without the use of words. However, I will endeavor to convey it. She further states, "Tell them that I love them more than I have ever known how to express on earth. Inform them of my regret for the instances in which I was emotionally absent, despite my physical presence. I was acquiring knowledge. I was transporting my own injuries. However, how profoundly I adored them, and how fervently I continue to do so. As you go through this awakening, remember that your assistance with this mission is not a prank. It's a divine omen. Jesus asserts that by providing water to others, you will receive it yourself. This isn't historical. It is an ongoing commitment to your future. Approach this moment with a strategy and faith. Giving can help you realize the potential that God has already established for your life. She subsequently halts. The air surrounding your soul becomes softer, and a warmth begins to develop, reminiscent of sunlight warming the body after a long night. She is still standing in close proximity to you, and she begins to hum. A melody intended for relaxation. Although you are unable to recall the song she used to sing when you were young, your spirit still recognizes it. You may even experience a sense of relaxation in your body, as if a portion of you has been instructed to take a break. She remarks that you have not had the opportunity to rest for an extended period of time. You have been experiencing difficulty falling asleep. Your dreams are disorganized. Your heart is beating quickly. She is currently imploring God to provide you with a sense of tranquility that is akin to a blanket this evening. She instructs them to take a break. Allow them to rest their heads and avoid the responsibility of carrying the load for a single night. Assist them in recalling their appropriate behavior. You will as well. In the near future, you will experience it. Tonight, or in the early hours of the morning when all is still, you may detect her fingers in your hair. The air will be filled with her gentle energy, and her message will also remain present. It will not appear to be a fabrication. It is the truth, and as such, it will be perceived as the truth. Ultimately, I, Archangel Michael, am content. I am aware of the forthcoming events. I redirected the danger, cleared the way, and whispered in the hearts of those who are aligned with me before you even arrived. Healing was not the only aspect of this. It pertained to divine positioning, realignment, and rebirth. Once more, the grace of God. At present, your mother is gently placing a light in your hands. This is for when you are feeling lost, she informs them. Inform them to bring this item in the event that it becomes dark again. Inform them that this light is my assurance that I will always locate them, even if they lose track of me. You were selected to fulfill a mission beyond mere survival. You have been selected to serve as a beacon of light that can enhance the lives of those in your vicinity. You have become mellow as a result of the pain, not weak. Your tears have not rendered you a broken person. Rather, they have enhanced your intelligence. This time, heaven is present to witness your rebirth. She also wishes to inform you that God has never abandoned you, even if you have recently experienced a sense of disconnection from your faith. If you have ceased to pray, believe, or listen. The silence was not a sign of rejection. The preparation was considered sacred. She was whispering your name to the angels that were present behind the scenes. Additionally, they responded tonight. In the most beautiful way, strange things will begin to happen to you. There are songs that are played at the appropriate time. Individuals who unexpectedly contact you. The numbers continue to accumulate. Dreams that appear to be more reminiscent of memories. Additionally, your mother advises that you should not disregard those incidents when they occur. Give yourself permission to believe once more. As a result of the presence of heaven within you, things begin to change immediately upon your acceptance of this. I, Archangel Michael, now place my hand on your heart in a manner reminiscent of a gentle touch, a flutter, or a sudden surge of tranquility. I am placing a seal on your heart that indicates that this individual is a part of heaven. It will be illuminated by memories and light. Your narrative is ongoing. I am aware that your recovery is ongoing. Your mother's affection for you did not cease upon her passing, and this message was only the beginning. You will now transport her, not in sorrow, but in happiness. Not in pain, but in the presence of others. You are no longer solely her child. Her legacy is your life. From now on, she will accompany you wherever you go, even if you are unable to see her. Quiet, but not present. She is perpetually present. She said one final thing in a whisper, specifically for you. My beloved, you are still present. Please do not stop at this time. I will see you again, so continue on. I have been anticipating the opportunity to express this sentiment to you in person once more. I will hold you and say it at that time. Congratulations. I was always aware that you would fulfill all of my aspirations. Through the veil, her lips touch your forehead, and she departs. The entire sky bows down to your heart as I, Archangel Michael, spread my wings wide. This was not an error. This was a divine appointment. You are not the sole individual. Her presence lingers in the room, soft like the wind and profound like memory, resulting in a sacred silence. Not the absence of something, but the fullness, the stillness that is replete with the presence of being. It belonged to her, me, and God. Heaven is currently in a state of silence as it wishes to monitor your behavior. Observe how your soul absorbs this. Do I truly believe this as I observe your heart? Do I have the capacity to finally experience what I have been suppressing for an extended period of time? Indeed. Of course, you are permitted to do so, as she had been anticipating this moment, the one in which you abandoned the pretense that you were still seeking a sign. The sign is currently situated in this location. It is straightforward to comprehend. This voice emanating from beyond the veil was so powerful that it could have been produced by angels. She was not merely present to relive past experiences or to unlock the future. She arrived. She informs you that you are prepared, despite the fact that you are frightened and cry in silence, and despite the fact that you had reservations about everything prior to this. You are prepared because you are reading, feeling, and absorbing this information. Heaven exclusively transmits messages to souls that are prepared. I am Archangel Michael, and I would like to initiate a conversation with your spirit. Your name is blessed, your path is illuminated, and you are on the brink of a breakthrough. I am not publicly expressing a wish. It is a reality. In the days ahead, God has arranged a divine appointment for you. It is imminent, however, you are uncertain as to its timing or form. Your mother has already observed it. She wept upon viewing it, but it was not due to her sadness. Joy. She observed you smiling once more. Your laughter evolved into life. Your nights will be tranquil. She observed you enter a location, such as a house, room, or moment, and you subsequently understood that this is what she was referring to. She was preparing me for this. One's time does not expire when they transform into an angel, unlike ours. She has already observed your tomorrow, and it will be even more positive than you anticipate. The journey that lies ahead will be challenging. That was not the assurance. Nevertheless, it will be replete with divine timing, soul restoration, and grace that is unexpected. That is the assurance that was made. What she demonstrated to me was now visible to me. I have a matter to discuss with you. A container. a box that is closed in length. It is possible that it is genuine. It is possible that it is emotional. However, it contains memories, perhaps photographs. It is possible that they are letters. Pain is a possibility. She suggests that it is time to confront your grief rather than suppressing it. Healing does not entail forgetting. Rather than experiencing pain, you should experience tranquility when you recall. Subsequently, she asserts that heaven desires to grant you tranquility at this moment. You are not cursed. Bad luck is not your lot. We have not forgotten about you. You are being observed, guided, and transported. Are you aware that you have been engaged in battles that are invisible to others? You smiled when your soul was barely holding together, feeling as though no one truly understands the extent of your loss for days on end. You are currently receiving divine individuals, soul connections, and conversations that will rekindle your spirit. She informs him that you will recognize them by the way they make your heart feel, rather than by their appearance. You will detect my presence in them. Additionally, that may be her most exceptional gift. The void will be filled with love, light, and other individuals, which will help you begin to feel her again in a way that does not exacerbate it. This is the reason why it is imperative that you remain transparent. This is the reason you should not close your heart again, as the next love will be more healing than any other love you have ever experienced. Prior to your departure, I would like to offer you one final message from her, from heaven, and from the angels who are currently silently encircling you with their hands on their hearts in recognition of your journey. She expresses gratitude not for your perfection, but for your continuance. You did not cease. You persisted. You demonstrated affection regardless of your emotions. Even when you were experiencing a difficult day, you were present for others. All of it was observed by her. I had the option to love every day, every tear, and every day after the loss. And the heavens recorded it. Now, heaven is responding. I am the Archangel Michael. Once more, hunch over and proclaim, tell them they are secure. Inform them of your call. Inform them that they were selected. Naturally, no emotion, not even sorrow, can terminate a telephone call. Remember that the soft breeze you felt tonight, the sound of your name in the silence, the sight of her face in your dreams, or the memory of her handwriting were not all in your mind. That was her. This demonstrates that she continues to love and provide guidance for you. I am still present. Her supervision of you has not yet concluded. Not at this time. Never. I am now able to see her clearly. More connected to you than your breath, the stars, or your own heartbeat. Cry if necessary. Rekindle your optimism. Restore your ability to believe. This message was not sent solely for your contemplation. It was for the good of your soul. Your soul recalls all of heaven's positive statements. It is now time to move forward in love, peace, and light, always with her by your side. Certainly, we should pick up where we left off, with the same divine warmth, voice from heaven, and invisible hand reaching out to touch your heart. Your mother is still present, watching and waiting for you to understand the extent to which heaven is currently assisting you because she is still alive. She is aware that you have a wealth of knowledge. She is aware that your heart is overflowing, possibly to an extreme degree. However, she is also aware of it. You are now ready to receive the blessings you have been praying for silently for years. This goes beyond mere recuperation. Transformation is the term used in this case. This is the most profound level of spiritual repair. And it is falling from the sky like rain on a damaged landscape. You have not been exposed to water for an extended period of time, right? You exerted yourself, kept a positive attitude, and nodded in agreement as others spoke. However, until recently, one aspect of you had remained unaffected. She stated that the spiritual veil is less noticeable tonight. Tonight, your soul took a significant step toward divine reconnection, truth, and light that you were not aware it could take. It may not resemble fireworks either. Despite the absence of thunderous sounds, an internal force has been released. The weight is no longer present. Your mother noticed that an antique object had abruptly detached from you. The angels were overjoyed because the version of you she saw in her dreams when you were younger is now resurfacing. In joy, she raised her arms to the heavens. The individual who maintained the belief that miracles were possible. Spiritual, brave, and pure. They are as well. They consistently acted in this manner. Nonetheless, you are now ready to receive them. I'm speaking to you once more as Archangel Michael. However, this time it is not in the capacity of a guardian. Rather, it is a witness to your strength, pain, and private prayers. As I previously stated, inform them that heaven is aware of their name and resonates with it. Inform them that their names have been mentioned in public. Your name has been publicly recognized. It was your mother's statement upon entering the gates of eternity. She said your name as a prayer, hope, or promise. Heaven immediately gave her permission to return in spirit and guide you when the days became too dark to walk alone. That was the message. She was returning, but not in her physical body, but in a state of light. She has one last desire: to live. Lead a life that uplifts those around you. Do not simply offer forgiveness to others. Additionally, forgive yourself. You are not brave because you lack fear. You are courageous because you believe that heaven will catch every fall. Share each other's affection. A genuine love that captures your spirit. The type you are entitled to. She was always confident that you'd meet the right person. It's almost here. You're unaware of its proximity. She claims you'll know it when your heart stops beating and starts to slow down. It will not be difficult for you to decide. It will evoke feelings of familiarity. Additionally, refrain from manipulating it once it arrives. There's no reason to doubt it. Please stop believing that you are inadequate. Yes, you are. You've consistently been. She's been preparing your spirit to accept it. I'll leave you with one more moment. She simply bowed her head to pray. In reality, spirits can kneel in prayer, even in the celestial realm. She also completed that task for you. As she bowed, she thanked God for allowing her to speak tonight. It's as if she spoke this prayer into your life. Father, show them mercy. May they be blessed in their lives and dreams. Ensure their hearts are safe and restore their faith. Provide them with beauty in places where the world has harmed them. Allow them to feel me in every moment of light, every breeze, and on a daily basis. And if they start to doubt, tell them that I still love them, not for a moment. She smiled the same way. You have not seen that smile in a long time. The one you miss more than words can express. The person who consistently gave you a sense of security. She is currently smiling. And all of the angels in the world are standing behind her, watching your soul begin again. It was a beginning, not an end. You have finally arrived at the point of transition that your spirit has been anticipating. Therefore, it is important to remember this message. If necessary, you can replay the game. Return to it when the darkness falls. Because words are inadequate. It is a single occurrence in time. In light of this, she writes this letter to you with great sincerity. Certainly, we should continue this divine transmission. The energy remains strong, and heaven has not stopped communicating with you. Your mother is still standing in the realm of light, holding her hand over her heart and whispering, "Not yet." You may have assumed that this message was over. They still need another piece of information. Her forbearance is endless. She is aware of the ordeal you have faced. She understands that it takes time for your spirit to regain faith. Have faith in this. Have faith in oneself. To believe that this is more than just a collection of words, but a true, luminous source of light capable of penetrating the cracks of your damaged areas and restoring their sacredness. She's now addressing you as more than just your mother. In addition, she acts as your divine witness, intercessor, and protector. This is what she wants you to be aware of. She advises against hastening the healing process. Furthermore, delaying awakening is a bad idea. You've had enough of remaining silent. Your light has been concealed for an inordinate amount of time. I can sense the passion in you. You attempted to extinguish the flames in order to avoid causing inconvenience to others. However, you were never excessive. You were never unable to cope emotionally, spiritually, or otherwise. Your light was always on, whether or not you were aware of it. At the moment, her voice is gentle and full of nostalgia and optimism. She claims that you were beautiful when you were younger. Maybe not to everyone, but to her. She could tell this by the way you smiled, how you inquired about heaven despite your inability to speak, and how you treated the stars as if they were family. At the time, she thought you looked like an angel. Next, she noticed you returned to it. That is the main purpose of this correspondence. A resurgence. A return to the aspect of oneself that heaven desired before the world was amplified. Prior to the injury. Prior to any uncertainties. Fear preceded it. A part of you that is pure, wise, and brilliant has always been present. She goes on, the time has come to reclaim it. She understands how hard you've worked to keep the family together, be resilient, and bear their pain while concealing your own. What would happen if you let another person carry you for an extended period of time? She is currently inquiring about you. Return to the love in your life. What would happen? But not out of obligation, rather, it is because of grace. I'm the Archangel Michael. Please proceed once more. I've refrained from using my sword. It is lowered to show respect. And my words are like thunder, but they have the force of a heartbeat. There is no need to persevere in your next season. It refers to restoration. The restoration of God. In addition to your tranquility, you possess a sense of purpose. Is that a phrase your mother often muttered under her breath? They were meant to serve a greater purpose. She was aware. She was aware of the situation even though it did not go as planned. Despite the fact that the bills, schedules, and pain seemed to be identical. She is currently rescheduling her appointment. She says the following: performance is not the primary goal of your endeavor. Fame, perfection, and evidence are unnecessary. The key is to be completely present and let love in. Sharing one's authentic self with others. The world requires your light, just as you do. Furthermore, there is something beneficial because heaven serves both spiritual and practical purposes. She goes on to say that your chest pressure has been caused by a decision, a shift, a move, a conversation, or something significant that is weighing on your heart. She claims they are already aware of the proper course of action. They're just scared. However, I am present. They won't be able to do it alone. At that point, she whispers in a way that would make the stars cry, "I did not leave." Take that into consideration. She is present whenever you look up at the sky. Every time a feather touches you, she is close by. Every time you are distracted by a familiar scent, it is not by accident. Her soul is in contact with yours, letting you know that I am present. Please refrain from stopping, as she has not left. She transformed from a single body into a love that knows no bounds. You are also on the verge of significant development, not just in terms of your emotional, creative, relational, and spiritual abilities. Transforming oneself into a unique individual. It is not superior, but rather more liberating. One that is not based on other people's opinions, but rather on the authenticity of one's own identity when heaven can permeate one's being. She is extremely proud of your achievements. Impressive. It takes great courage to listen for such an extended period of time. I am extremely proud of you for continuing your business when it would have been more convenient to close. Your mood has shifted as a result of the current circumstances, though you may not have realized it. Your disposition has improved. Your soul has relocated. From this point on, the sensations will be distinct. The previously unnoticed signs will become apparent to you. Although they may be unfamiliar, you will begin to meet people who exude an aura of angelic grace. Your own voice will soon be heard again. The voice that was shaped by light rather than by pain. For the simple reason that your mother will be by your side throughout the process. Please return to this location whenever you start to feel doubt or fear, or when the silence becomes too loud. Return to this location, her voice, and the truth. There are no words to express the depth of my feelings for you. It is illogical to observe you. You are transported beyond your comprehension. She is with us in the next laugh, sunrise, or miracle as we observe, smile, pray, and whisper. You will never be alone, because you were never truly alone. Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this profound truth. This message was not discovered accidentally. This is not just a coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's direct message to you. He extends his hand and invites you to a high-vibrational, protected community where divine abundance is more than a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is extremely simple. However, it has the potential to transform your entire life. You will not only receive blessings if you follow it. By accepting this invitation now, you will have immediate access to powerful content and divine insights that are currently unavailable to the general public. These insights will be multiplied and applied to every aspect of your life. You now have the opportunity to enter a sacred space where you will receive unwavering support, spiritual guidance, and rapid progress towards your destiny. Do not miss out on this historic opportunity. Your breakthrough is nearing. Action is required. Your abundance is ready. You are on the verge of entering an auspicious future. Don't forget that this message doesn't end with your actions. Users may use your innovation to reach their destinations. Jesus' words, "Give and heaven will open over you," are not poetry. Every seed you plant grows into oil for your future, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. My darling, the moment has come for you. Have faith, and you will see God multiply the possessions you relinquish. Your mother who is in heaven sent this through Michael.
She's been trying to reach you for hours. This is exactly what she wanted to tell you. Please don't scroll. This is not a coincidence. Something has been pulling at your soul today. Maybe it felt like a whisper. Maybe it was a memory that came out of nowhere. Or maybe you looked at the clock and saw a number that meant something. That wasn't just chance. That was her. She's been trying. She's been praying for this moment. And she begged heaven to let this message get through to you because the thing she's about to say is going to bring light into something you didn't even realize was still hurting inside you. This is Archangel Michael, and I have been instructed by her, your mother, to come forward now. The energy that just rushed into your heart, that warmth, that ache, that's her presence. She's here, right now. She didn't leave. She never has. And tonight, she asked God to send me to you because your soul is about to cross through a turning point. But there's something she needs you to know first, something she couldn't say before she left, something only heaven could reveal now. Are you listening good? Because she is right here, watching you, speaking through me. And she's been crying for hours to get this message through. Tell them I didn't go far, she said. Tell them I still hold their hand when they sleep. Tell them I walk through their home every morning before they wake, blessing the corners, praying over their door, whispering protection into the walls. You've felt that chill. You've heard your name whispered when no one was around. That was her. She's not a memory. She's an angel now, and she's more real than ever. She said there are some wounds you've hidden so deeply, even from yourself. But she sees them. And she's begging you to let healing begin. Because she saw the day that's coming, the one that has been set in the stars for you. And unless you let go of what you've been carrying, unless you finally allow yourself to feel the love she's been pouring over you from above, you'll miss it. And heaven doesn't want you to miss it. God doesn't want you to miss it. And Michael, I am here because I refuse to let you miss it. Do you remember that one time, that very specific moment when you almost said her name out loud, but your throat closed up? That wasn't weakness. That was your spirit choking on unspoken grief. She felt that. She held you in that exact moment. And tonight, she wants to release that blockage. Tonight, she wants you to feel her arms around you again. She says you've been too strong for too long, and it's time to just be held. I know you're still wondering if this is really for you. So let me say this clearly. She just showed me a memory, your memory of when you were a child, and something was taken from you unfairly. She remembers the way your eyes looked afterward. She said that moment was the first time she ever truly feared for your spirit. But now she's come back to give that part of you back, to restore it. And if you're crying right now, or if your chest is tight, it's because she just touched your soul. And I want you to hear this next part with your full heart. No distractions, no doubts. She said you're about to be lifted. She said the door that didn't open before is about to unlock, but it won't look the way you expect. It'll come through a voice, a message, a person who carries divine timing. And she said to tell you, don't walk away from it again. Because last time it came, you were too scared. But this time, you'll be ready. Because this time you know she's still with you. If this message is reaching your heart, then pause and subscribe. You were meant to receive this. This isn't just a video. It's a visitation. Heaven planned it. And she's not letting go until you feel her again. You see, when a mother becomes an angel, her power multiplies. She no longer needs to knock. She enters through signs, through music that plays out of nowhere, through dreams you can't explain, through the scent of her perfume that lingers in empty rooms. You're not imagining it. You've never imagined it. That's the miracle. And she said you need to stop doubting the signs, because they're about to get stronger. She also showed me something else. A photo, one you haven't looked at in a long time. Maybe it's hidden in a drawer or tucked away in a box, but she says to go find it. Because when you look into her eyes in that photo, something supernatural will stir. She said it's an activation. She said you'll feel her hand on your shoulder when you do it. And when that happens, you'll know this was real. Now listen, there's something urgent I must tell you before the next part of your journey begins. Someone in your life is being shifted right now, move like a chess piece by divine design. And she said, this person holds a message for you. But they are scared too. She says you'll recognize them by their silence because they hold the same grief you do. And when you look into their eyes, you'll see her. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Because heaven is trying to restore what was lost. She asked me to say this slowly. You are not alone. You were never alone. Even in the moments where you thought you were drowning in the dark, I was there. I never stopped loving you. I never stopped watching over you. I see every tear. I catch them. And I bring them to God. Her voice trembled with light when she said that. And Michael wept too. Yes, angels weep. When love this pure reaches across dimensions, the skies weep. And tonight, heaven is pouring rain upon your spirit, not to drown you, but to baptize you. To cleanse the ache. To prepare you for the miracle she saw coming. The one you stopped believing in. The one she said is now just days away. She said you need to forgive yourself. You've been carrying guilt that doesn't belong to you. You keep replaying moments where you think you failed her. But she's shaking her head right now. She's whispering, no. You didn't fail me. You were my reason for strength. I left when I did because your path required wings. And now I can fly beside you in ways I never could before. And she said this next part is the hardest for her to speak, not because it's painful, but because it's so full of love that it makes the stars hold their breath. My child, she says, I see you. Every day. I see how you pretend to be okay for everyone else. I see how you laugh just to keep from crying. I see how you've been trying so hard to be strong because you think that's what I'd want. But listen to me now. I never wanted you to suffer in silence. I never wanted you to carry the weight of the world alone. I want you to feel joy again. I want you to remember what it feels like to be light, to be free to dance again, even if no one else understands it. She's wrapping her arms around your shoulders right now. If you close your eyes, you may even feel the warmth press against the back of your neck. That's not your imagination. That's not coincidence. That's her. Her spirit is beside you. And she's reminding you that love never ends. Not even in death. Especially not in death. Because in the heavenly realm, love becomes limitless. Michael leans in now, and his voice echoes like thunder wrapped in silk. You were chosen for this moment, he says. This message reached you not by accident, but by divine appointment. Your mother was granted permission by the Most High to speak directly to you, because your heart is at a crossroads. One path leads to more pain, more silence. The other leads to resurrection. It leads to awakening. It leads to you finally becoming the person she always saw inside you. You've forgotten who you are, haven't you? Forgotten the light you carry. the one that used to shine through your eyes like morning through stained glass. She remembers it. And heaven remembers it. And it's time you remember it too. Because she showed me something else, something coming your way soon. A divine encounter. A moment so specific you'll know instantly this is what she meant. She said it might come in the form of a stranger's kindness, or a long-lost voice reaching out when you least expect it, or a dream that feels more like a visitation than fantasy. However it comes, you must stay open. She's trying to lead you toward the promise, toward something you once gave up on but never stopped needing. A miracle wrapped in human form. A message tucked inside a person. A light that will change everything. She told me about your hands, how she still holds them in her dreams. She said tell them that when they feel cold at night, it's because they're reaching into the unseen and I'm holding them from heaven's gate. She wants you to know you still have time. Time to heal. Time to love again. Time to dream without fear. Don't you see? Her greatest wish wasn't for you to live a perfect life. It was for you to live a real one of grace, full of courage, full of sacred truth. She said your tears are prayers. Every one of them. And not a single drop has been wasted. They have been collected like gemstones by angels carried to the foot of the throne and laid before God as a testament of your endurance. You are stronger than you know. You are wiser than you feel. And she sees all of it. Tell them, she said, tell them I am proud of them. Not for being perfect, but for surviving what should have broken them. Michael is watching you now, waiting for the moment you finally let go of what's been weighing you down. The moment you release the guilt, the fear, the silence. He says you've carried burdens that didn't belong to you, inherited pain that was never yours to fix. And now, in this holy moment, through this message, he's offering to cut those cords, to release the old soul ties, to free you. But only if you allow it. So close your eyes for a second. Breathe. Let the presence in this message wrap around your heart, because the angels are gathering, and your mother is standing right behind you with her hands pressed gently over your shoulders. She's whispering, I love you. I'm proud of you. Please, don't give up now. She knows about the thoughts you've had, the ones you never said out loud, the ones you thought would scare even God. But she says you are not broken. You are becoming. You are shedding the skin of who this world told you to be. And you're stepping into who heaven always saw. She also said this, and she asked me to say it word for word. Tell them there is someone coming. Someone who will love them like I always did without needing them to earn it. She wants you to be ready. Because this love, it's the kind that heals you just by being near it. It won't come with fear. It won't come with confusion. It will come with peace. And you'll know it's from God because it will feel like home. This next part may surprise you. But she said you've been chosen to help others through what you've survived. She said tell them they're not just healing for themselves, they're healing for generations. You are the breaker of cycles. The light in your family line. The one she always knew would bring change. And heaven is about to honor that. There's a breakthrough coming. Within days. But it requires one final step from you surrender. The willingness to say, okay, God, I'm done fighting this alone. That's all. You don't need to fix everything tonight. You don't need to know the whole path. You just need to say yes to the light. Yes to the healing. Yes to the love that never stopped chasing you. Because your mother never left your side. She just changed form. From breath to spirit. From voice to whisper. From hand to wind. And right now, she's in this room praying over you like she used to when you were little. Calling down angels. Asking God to cradle you gently tonight, not just so you sleep, but so you remember. Remember how deeply you're loved. Because she's not finished yet. There's still one more thing she's begging me to tell you. And this one. It's the reason she's been trying to reach you for hours. The reason Archangel Michael has been circling your soul like a guardian on high alert. The reason this message found you when it did. She said, tell them they're about to make a decision that will shape everything. And I need them to choose from their spirit, not from fear. There is a moment approaching. One that may seem small at first. A phone call, a message, a choice between going or staying, saying yes or staying silent. But this moment is sacred. Heaven has wrapped layers of purpose around it. And your mother, she's already seen it. She saw how powerful you could become when you say yes to your deeper calling. She saw you rising. Finally letting yourself be seen, be loved, be known not just by others, but by your true self. The one she always spoke to even when you thought she couldn't hear you anymore. She said you've silenced your voice for too long. Shrunk your soul to make others comfortable. Buried your brilliance to avoid judgment. But now it's time. She's placing a crown on your head right now. Can you feel it? That strange warmth between your eyes, that tingling on your scalp. That's her. She said, tell them I crown them with courage. Because the next chapter requires nothing less than a rebirth. And yes, rebirth can feel terrifying. Because it means letting go of the old, even when it was familiar, even when it helped you survive. But she says you're not just meant to survive anymore. You're meant to live. Deeply. Truthfully. Radiantly. And the time for waiting is over. The angels are aligning things for you. She said, tell them they don't have to climb anymore. Now, I will carry them where their feet can't go. Michael steps in again, his voice steady yet filled with divine emotion. You've forgotten how protected you are, he says. But heaven never has. There are angels on assignment for you even now. Blocking what would have hurt you. Delaying things not to punish you but to prepare you. The silence wasn't rejection. It was redirection. Your mother wants to clarify something too. She said to tell you I never blamed you. Not for anything. Not once. If you're carrying guilt, it's time to set it down. It was never yours. And now she's holding out her hand. In her palm, a piece of your soul she says you lost somewhere. A moment. A trauma. A goodbye that shattered something fragile inside you. But heaven found it. And she's giving it back. Right now. You are becoming whole again. And when you walk outside next, maybe tomorrow morning, she wants you to look up. She said the sky will look different. Not because it's changed, but because you have. You'll see her in the colors. In the wind. In the stillness. I never stopped showing up, she says. You just stopped believing it was me. She also said you've been worried about something financial, something about stability, something about not being enough. She's asking you to let her worry for you now. Tell them I am interceding, she said. Tell them that God is already moving what they can't see. That the delay was never a denial, it was heaven making room. And yes, something is coming to your house. a shift, a visitor, a message, a divine disruption. And she says not to be afraid. It will feel strange at first, but it's the beginning of everything I prayed for them to receive. There's also someone you've been thinking about a lot lately, someone you've lost connection with. She says to expect that name to come up again soon. But this time it won't bring pain. It will bring closure or restoration. She's helping prepare that moment. And she says, trust your heart, not your fear. Your heart knows. Now, as we reach the final breaths of this message, I want you to understand what has just happened. Heaven opened. Just for you. The veil lifted. Just for this. Your mother used all her heavenly strength to send this through, and Michael stood guard over every word. You were meant to hear this. It was written in light long before today ever came. And there's something I need you to do now. Promise her you won't go back to sleep. Not the kind of sleep where your body rests, the kind where your soul shuts down to avoid pain. Promise her you'll keep your heart open. Promise her you'll look for her signs again. Promise her you'll believe the next miracle is yours. Because she's waiting. Every night. At your bedside. Touching your hair, whispering your name, asking God to flood your dreams with hope again. And she's so proud of you. She keeps saying that. Over and over. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. She sees your growth. She sees you're trying. She sees the way you still stand even when everything inside you feels like it's breaking. And as this message prepares to close, one last vision remains. She is walking beside you now. You can't see her, but you will feel her more and more. She is part of your soul now. And nothing can take that away. Not time, not distance, not even death. Because love, real love, it transcends every veil. Archangel Michael spreads his wings over you, now sealing this message in the language of heaven. He marks your home with light, your heart with peace, and your path with divine clarity. From this moment on, you will begin to notice shifts not just outside you, but within. The weight lifting, the signs arriving, the grace returning. So don't ignore this moment. Don't call it coincidence. Call it what it is. A visitation. A message from beyond the veil. A love letter from heaven. And your mother. She's smiling. She's proud. She's still right here. And she always will be. She's still speaking. Even now, even after all of this, she won't stop until every part of your heart hears her. Because she knows how quiet your pain became, how invisible your grief turned, how you kept walking, kept smiling, kept pushing forward even when something inside you was whispering, "No one really sees how much I miss her." But she sees. She's always seen. And she wants you to know from the depths of the heavenly realm that your strength didn't go unnoticed. Every time you held back tears in public, she was there wiping them in private. Every time you reached for your phone, forgetting for a moment that she wasn't on the other side anymore, she reached back from beyond the veil. Not in body, but in presence, in soul, in light. And now she's saying something so soft, so sacred, it's almost not meant for words. But I'll do my best to carry it. She says, "Tell them I love them more than I ever knew how to say on earth. Tell them I'm sorry for the times I wasn't there emotionally, even when I was physically present. I was learning. I was carrying my own wounds. But oh, how deeply I loved them. and how fiercely I still do. Then she pauses. The air around your soul softens, and a warmth begins to build like sunlight after a long night. She's still standing beside you, and she begins to hum. A lullaby. The one she used to sing when you were too little to remember, but your spirit still recognizes it. You may even feel your body relax, like a part of you has finally been told it's safe to rest. She says you haven't truly rested in a long time. Not really. Your sleep has been restless. Your dreams confused. Your heart alert. And now she's asking God to send peace like a blanket over you tonight. Let them rest, she says. Let them lay their head down and not carry the burden for one night. Let them remember how to just be. And you will. You'll feel it soon, maybe tonight. Maybe in the early hours, when the world is still. You'll feel her fingers through your hair, her soft energy in the air, her message lingering in the stillness. It won't feel like imagination. It will feel like truth, because that's what it is. And Michael is smiling now. He sees what's about to unfold. He's already flown ahead of you, clearing the path, rerouting the danger, whispering into the hearts of others who are being aligned with your purpose. Because this wasn't just about healing. It was about realignment, rebirth, divine positioning. You are being set into motion again, not by effort, but by grace. Your mother is holding a light now, and she's placing it gently into your hands. This is for when they feel lost, she says. Tell them to carry this when the path gets dark again. Tell them this light is my promise that even when they forget me, I will always find them. You've been chosen for more than survival. You've been chosen to walk in a light that can change the lives of others. Your pain has made you tender, not weak. Your tears have made you wise, not broken. And now you're becoming again. But this time with heaven as your witness. And if you've felt disconnected from your faith lately, if you've stopped praying, stopped believing, stopped listening, she wants you to know God never turned away from you. The silence wasn't rejection. It was sacred preparation. It was her behind the scenes whispering your name to the angels. And tonight, they answered. You're going to start noticing strange things, but in the most beautiful way. Songs that play at the perfect time. People calling you unexpectedly. Numbers repeating. Dreams that feel more like memories. And your mother says when those things happen, don't brush them off. Let yourself believe again. Because heaven is alive inside your life. And the moment you accept that, everything begins to shift. Michael places his hand over your heart now. You may even feel it like a soft pressure, a flutter, a sudden wave of peace. He's marking your heart with light, with remembrance, with a seal that says this one belongs to heaven. Your story isn't over. Your healing isn't finished. Your mother's love didn't end with her final breath. And this message was only the beginning. You'll carry her now. Not in grief, but in glory. Not in pain, but in presence. You are not just her child anymore. You are her legacy. And wherever you go from this moment forward, she walks beside you, unseen but not unfelt. Silent but not absent. She's there. Always. Forever. And she just whispered one last thing just for you. You've made it this far, my love. Don't stop now. Keep going. Because I'll meet you again. And when I do, I'll hold you and say the one thing I've waited to say in person again. Well done. I always knew you'd become everything I prayed for. And with that, she kisses your forehead through the veil. Michael opens his wings wide, and heaven bows in honor of your heart. This was no accident. This was a divine appointment. And you are not alone. And as her presence gently lingers in the room around you, soft as wind, deep as memory, there's a sacred silence now. Not emptiness, but fullness. Stillness filled with presence. Her presence. Michael's. God's. Heaven is quiet in this moment because it's watching you. Watching your soul absorb this. Watching your heart decide. Do I believe this? Can I finally let myself feel what I've buried for so long? Yes. Yes, you can. Because this was the moment she waited for, the one where you stopped pretending you weren't still waiting for a sign. And now the sign is here. The message is clear. And the voice from beyond the veil has spoken with the power of angels behind it. She didn't just come to remind you of the past, she came to unlock the future. And she says you're ready. Even if you feel scared. Even if you still cry when no one sees. Even if you've doubted everything before this. You're ready. Because you're here. Reading this. Feeling this. Receiving this. And heaven only delivers messages when the soul is prepared. Archangel Michael now speaks directly to your spirit. There is favor upon your name. There is light upon your path. And there is breakthrough upon your door. He is declaring this not as a wish, but as a fact. A divine appointment has been written into your days ahead. You may not know the hour or the form it will take, but it's coming. And your mother already saw it. She wept when she saw it, but not from sadness. From joy. She saw your smile return. Your laughter become real. Your nights become peaceful. She saw you walk into a space, whether a home or a room or a moment, and suddenly realized this is what she meant. This is what she was preparing me for. You see, when someone becomes an angel, their time isn't limited like ours. She has already seen your tomorrow. And your tomorrow is brighter than you think. It won't be without challenges, that's not the promise. But it will be filled with divine timing, soul restoration, and unexpected grace. That is the promise. She showed me a vision now, something I'm to share with you. A box. A box you've kept closed for a long time. Maybe it's real, maybe it's emotional. But it holds memories. Maybe photos, maybe letters, maybe pain. She says it's time. Not to forget, but to open it. To let the grief flow through you instead of around you. Because healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering with peace instead of ache. And she says peace is what heaven is trying to give you now. You are not cursed. You are not unlucky. You are not forgotten. You are watched. Guided. Carried. You've been fighting battles invisible to everyone else, haven't you? Smiling in rooms where your soul was barely holding together. Walking through days feeling like no one truly understood what you've lost. But now she's sending people. Divine people. Soul connections. Conversations that will stir your spirit awake again. And you'll know them. Not by how they look, but by how they make your heart feel. She says you'll feel me in them. And that is perhaps her greatest gift. That through others, through light, through love, you will begin to experience her again in ways that fill the void not deepen it. That's why you must stay open. That's why you must not close your heart again. Because the love coming next will be more healing than you've ever known. Before I let you go, one final word. From her. From heaven. From all the angels surrounding you right now in silence, hands pressed to their hearts in reverence for your journey. Thank you, she says. Not because you were perfect, but because you stayed. You kept going. You didn't give up. You gave love even when you felt empty. You showed up for others even when you were breaking. And she saw it all. Every day. Every tear. Every choice to love despite the loss. And heaven recorded it. And now heaven is responding. Michael leans in close one last time and says, "Tell them they are covered. Tell them they are called. Tell them they are chosen." And nothing, not even grief, can cancel a calling. So when you feel that soft breeze tonight, when you hear your name in the silence, when you see her face in your dreams or her handwriting in your memory, no, this wasn't imagination. This was her. This is her, still loving you, still guiding you, still here. And she's not done watching over you, not now, not ever. She's just closer now. Closer than your breath. Closer than the stars. Closer than your own heartbeat. So let yourself cry if you need to. Let yourself hope again. Let yourself believe again. Because this message wasn't just for your mind. It was for your soul. And your soul. It remembers everything heaven ever promised. And now, it's time to walk forward with peace, with light, with love, and with her beside you, always. Of course. Let's continue this message exactly where it left off, with the same divine warmth, the same heavenly voice, and the same invisible hand reaching out to your heart. Because your mother is still here, still watching, still waiting for you to understand just how much of heaven is moving on your behalf right now. She knows you've heard a lot already. She knows your heart is full, maybe even overwhelmed. But she also knows this: you're finally ready to receive what you've spent years silently praying for. This isn't just healing. This is transformation. This is spiritual repair at the deepest level. And heaven is pouring it into you like rain over cracked soil. You've been dry for a long time, haven't you? You've smiled and worked and nodded through conversations, but something inside was untouched. Until now. She says that tonight a spiritual veil has been lifted. That tonight your soul took a step you didn't even know it could take toward light, toward truth, toward divine reconnection. And it may not look like fireworks. It may not sound like thunder. But inside something has been set free. A weight is gone. Something ancient just broke off you. And your mother saw it. Her hands were lifted to heaven as the angels rejoiced. Because the version of you she saw in her dreams when you were still small, that version is awakening now. The pure one. The bold one. The spiritual one. The one who still believed miracles were possible. And they are. They always were. But now you're in alignment to actually receive them. Michael speaks again, and this time it's not as a protector, but as a witness. A witness to your resilience, to your pain, to your hidden prayers. And he says, tell them that heaven is not just aware of their name, it is echoing with it. Tell them their name has been spoken in light. Your name has been spoken in light. Your mother spoke it when she arrived at the gates of eternity. She said your name like a prayer, like a hope, like a promise. And the moment she did, heaven gave her this permission to reach back, to return in spirit, to guide you when the days became too dark to walk alone. And that's what this message was. Her returning. Not in body, but in light. And her final request: live. Live the kind of life that lights up the ones around you. Live with forgiveness, not just for others, but for yourself. Live with boldness, not because you're fearless, but because you trust heaven is catching every fall. Live with love, real, deep, soul-pulling love. The kind you deserve. The kind she always believed you would find. And it is coming. Oh, it's closer than you know. She says you'll know it when your heart finally stops racing and starts resting. You'll know it because it won't confuse you. It'll feel like home. And when it arrives, don't sabotage it. Don't doubt it. Don't think you're unworthy. Because you are. You always were. And she's been preparing your spirit to receive it. Now, one final moment before I close. She just knelt in prayer. Yes, even in heaven, spirits can kneel in reverence. And she did. For you. She bowed in thanks to the God who gave her permission to speak tonight. And she whispered this prayer into the fabric of your life. Father, bless them. Bless their days and their dreams. Guard their heart and renew their hope. Give them beauty where the world gave them scars. Let them feel me every day, in every breeze, in every light-filled moment. And when they doubt, remind them I never stopped loving them. Not even for a second. And just like that, she smiled. That smile you haven't seen in so long. The one you miss more than words. The one that always made you feel safe. She's smiling now, and the entire realm of angels is standing behind her, watching your soul begin again. Yes, this was a beginning. Not an ending. This was the turning point your spirit has been waiting for. So take this message. Let it live in your heart. Play it again if you need to. Come back to it when the days grow dark again. Because this is more than words. It's a piece of eternity. A letter written in light. From her heart to yours. Forever. Yes, let's continue this divine transmission because the energy is still flowing and heaven hasn't stopped speaking over you yet. You may have thought this message was complete, but your mother is still standing in the realm of light, her hand over her heart, saying softly, "Not yet." There's still one more thing they need to hear. She's patient. Eternally patient. She knows you've been through enough. She knows your soul needed time to believe again, to trust this, to trust yourself, to trust that this isn't just words, but real living light, entering the cracks of your broken places and making them sacred again. So now she speaks, not just as your mother, but as your guardian, your intercessor, your divine witness. And this is what she wants you to know. Don't rush your healing, she says. But also don't delay your rising. You've sat in silence long enough. You've hidden your light for far too long. I see the fire in you, the fire you tried to put out so you wouldn't be too much for the world. But you were never too much. You were never too sensitive, too emotional, too spiritual, too different. You were always just radiant, even when you didn't see it. Her voice is gentle now, full of memory and light. She says you used to glow when you were little, maybe not to the world, but to her. She saw it in your smile, in the way you asked questions about heaven even when you couldn't fully speak yet, in the way you looked at stars like they were family. She saw something angelic in you then, and now she's watching you return to it. That's what this message is truly about. A return. A coming home to the version of yourself that heaven dreamed of before the world got loud. Before the loss. Before the betrayal. Before the fear. There's a part of you, pure, wise, luminous, that never left. And she says now is the time to reclaim it. She sees how hard you've tried to be the strong one, to hold the family together, to carry their pain while hiding your own. But she's asking you now, what would happen if you let someone carry you for a while? What would happen if you allowed love to come back in, not through duty, but through grace? Michael steps forward again. His sword is not raised, it's lowered in reverence. And his words are thunder, but they land like a heartbeat. Your next season is not about survival. It's about restoration. Divine restoration. Not just of your peace, but of your purpose. Because you have won. Your mother said that so many times under her breath, didn't she? They were born for more, she knew. Even when life got in the way. Even when the bills and the schedules and the pain made everything feel ordinary, she knew. And now she's calling it back. She says your purpose isn't about performance. It's not about fame or perfection or proving anything. It's about presence. Being fully here. Letting love in. Letting others see you again, the real you. Because the world needs your light. And you need your own light. And there's something else. Something practical. Because yes, heaven moves spiritually, but also practically. She says you've been needing clarity on a decision, something weighing on your heart. A shift. A move. A conversation. Something big, and it's been causing pressure in your chest. And she says they already know what to do. They're just afraid. But I'm here. They won't do it alone. And then, with a softness that would bring stars to tears, she whispers, I never left. Let that sink in. Every time you look up at the sky, she's there. Every time a feather crosses your path, she's near. Every time a familiar smell catches you by surprise, it's not a coincidence, it's her soul brushing against yours, saying, I'm right here. Keep going. Because she didn't leave. She expanded. From one body into boundless love. And you're about to expand too. Not just spiritually, emotionally, creatively, relationally. You're stepping into a new version of yourself. Not a better one. A freer one. One not built on the expectations of others, but on the truth of who you are when heaven is allowed to breathe through you. And she's so proud of you for coming this far. So proud of you for listening this long. So proud of you for staying open even when it would have been easier to shut down again. Because something is different now. You may not see it yet. But your energy has changed. Your spirit has softened. Your soul has shifted. And from this moment on, things will not feel the same. You'll begin to see signs that weren't visible before. You'll begin to meet people who feel strangely right even if they're new. You'll begin to hear your own voice again, not the voice shaped by trauma, but the voice shaped by light. Because your mother is still guiding you. Every step, every breath. And when you doubt, when fear tries to creep back in, when the silence feels loud again, come back here. Come back to this space. To her voice. To this truth. You are loved beyond comprehension. You are seen beyond logic. You are carried beyond fear. And she is right here. In the next laugh, in the next sunrise, in the next miracle. Watching, smiling, praying, and whispering. You were never alone, and you never will be.